Hey buddy, Scorpion here. So this video is going to be on a installation of the 9000 BTU Mini Split by Signature Solar. Just kind of walking a guy through most of it instead of doing it myself, and just getting installs done and that kind of thing. So we started on the bedroom first. And then later we ended up putting one in the living room as well. But y'all stick around and we're going to get right to this and show you all the connections and what you need to do.
Yeah, you find the
Alright, so
bumps on the nails.
this is where we're going to install the head unit.
Got one right here.
This may be the first one instead of the second one, but this is where we're going to install it on the inside. This is a bedroom, so small area will work great for this. They've got an open door on the other side that goes straight through to the kitchen, and they're hoping it'll help some out there as well. So that's kind of where the installation is right there.
I'm gonna start digging, I think, but it's like
So
the dimensions of everything.
this should be about where it comes out at, just to the side of the window. And we'll come down and put the ground unit down here. When you open your outside unit, this is basically what you see, some styrofoam and stuff. Like I said, they've done some great packaging on this stuff. It shipped great. This was on top when we started. So we're gonna go in and start doing some mounting and drilling some holes. We got real teamwork going right here, y'all.
Real insulation behind the wall, too. Unlike the front part of the house. That's good.
So this is something you got to be careful of. Y'all see this wire back here? So we got lucky and didn't hit it, so we got to get it out the way so we can finish drilling through to run everything. Alright, so remember, hole through the wall goes at an angle, so we drilled down on the inside. So we're drilling up on the outside, trying to go through.
Don't forget about that cord in there.
And that cord is still in there, so we worry about our lungs, not the shocking experiences that we might get. So he's got a mask on because this is an old house and they have some of that nasty stuff in it. And you just kind of go through and make that hole at a slant for the drain, and also because you don't want to 90-degree angle your pipes, because they may crimp on you, so you got to use space and turn it slowly. Alright, so this is the front of the unit here. This pops open. Take a screw out right here. It just gives you access to your electrical. Now the wire that comes with it is set two different ways. Or actually no, they're set the same, but there's little ends on them there. Helps if I get it in frame. So the easiest way is from the back. Hang this off of something. You know what, let me show you. So you have to close the front back up and you roll it over this way. This is the back that goes against the wall. There's a hole here for the wire to go through, and then you just run it down to the front, turn it up on its top and open the panel, and the wire will come right out where that panel box is. Sounds kind of complicated, but it's not. And then you do all your connections up there. So looking at your electrical box, you've got a clamp right here, so you got to take this screw out. And I've got this flipped up on its side. You can do it all this way if you want, but your wire is going to kind of come through up here at the top. Put it through this clamp, and then you hook it all right here. Everything's basically numbered, so you know which one goes to which and that kind of thing. But like I said, I've got it up on its side, so you can feed it in from the back where I just showed you, and it'll come out in that box, and you just connect everything and you run that wire through with everything else. All right, so this is all of them hooked up, and as you can see, there's a brown band here. It's got a 1 on it, which goes to 1. This blue band's got a 2 on it, tells you it goes to 2. This black band's got a 3 on it, tells you it goes to screw number 3. And that's the ground. It's got the ground symbol and all. That's the only one that's not open-ended. It's a complete circle, so you have to take the screw all the way out and put it in. And that's basically it for connecting this. So we just put the cover back on here, and yeah.
So you only go out and eat. I can do whatever y'all do a lot for me. So
where's the plug?
Oh shit! I didn't hear it. Right. That would kind of suck.
So this is the plug. It comes on this side here. So you just basically grab it and pull it out. And this is if you need to move the drain. The drain comes connected on this side, basically sitting in here like this. There's a little plastic lip there that you've got to pull this end piece off of to get it to release. Maybe I can turn it so y'all can see it. There you go. And then you can pull the drain off and move it to the other side and put the plug back in on this side, and you've got everything on one side then. So we took the wire, the drain, and the refrigeration lines. We put them together, and we just basically wrapped them together with some duct tape to make it easier to go through the hole. Your bracket slides up into this part here, and then the bottom snaps into place down here. So there's 2 of those, and it's kind of snug. It's not a lot of playroom, so that makes it kind of hard to get it to hang. But once it's up there, and you don't have any more issues or problems out of it. But this is important to remember. If you ever need to take it back down for some reason, all you got to do is release these, pull the bottom out, and then lift it up off the hangers on the top. And again, this is where the bottom snaps in on the bracket, and that's where you hang it on the top. So you just bring it in and set it on that and push the bottom in on the bottom. So we're going to try to fit everything through this hole here, and that kind of thing. All right, so we slid that stuff through the hole and put it up there, clipped it in the top. It's up there nice now. So now we just got to finish everything on the outside. All right, so we leveled a little spot for the outside unit here. Just use some paving stones or whatever. I believe directions say 12 inches from the wall. We've got like, what was it, 16, 17, 18, something like that. Plenty of room. Of course, you got to watch your directions too. I think it's 2 foot on this side, 1 foot on that side. Or no, that's backwards. I think it's 1 foot on the back, 1 foot on the side, and 2 foot on that side, because that's where all the connections are. And then it's like extra on the front. So that's done. This is where our pipes and stuff come through the wall at. So now we're just connecting the tubes and bringing everything down here and connecting it up down here.
What that?
This records. So high pressure is on the bottom, which is going to be the small line because that's your liquid. Your low pressure is going to be on the top. That's the big line.
I guess I really do I need to even hold this other one?
Yeah. So as you're connecting those,
You know, this is a swivel here, isn't it? So I just need to hold this stationary at the top. You know what I'm saying?
you need to hold the next one down.
Well, this has got this. Oh, wait a minute.
There you go.
Oh, I see what I'm doing wrong. I'm fighting each other, I think, what I'm doing. Yeah, that's a swivel, no? I'm jackass. The biggest thing is making sure that thing doesn't turn when I turn it, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Still do a little hand tight, I think. Oh, maybe not. Don't get much at a time, though, do you?
you hear it?
I hear it squeaking.
Yeah, that was a pressure release.
Oh, what?
Yeah, right. Other than the squeak, I heard it.
I just heard it squeaking. Well, if it's a high pitch, then I ain't gonna hear it. That's my hearing loss, you know. Hopefully I ain't bleeding out because I'm slow as shit. Hang tight. Well, that's true. There we go. Yeah, good. Cotter pin. I had them. Maggie, get out.
Right here.
Oh, Maggie, I got some.
There you go. And we're working, this is actually underneath the cover on the side. So we took that screw out and that cover lifts up a little bit and slides right off. We got one. Oops. Move the camera a little bit. Sorry, I'll put it.
Oh,
I did it.
you recording?
Yeah, it's recording. Yes. I got him.
There we go. Now, I just wonder if I can get this in that direction. I guess not. Okay. Righty tighty, lefty loosey.
That's what they say.
Man, it's a little stiffy. Yeah, that's a tight copper there. That's probably half the cost of the unit. Well, pull that in there. Shaky apart there. I think I'm in there now. Best play with the thing. Don't like me. Alright. Cotter pin.
Alright. So once we get the electrical hooked up, the next step would be taking these caps off and opening these valves here. So we got the low and high pressure where we would do that, but we're going to get our electrical hooked up first. Alright, so kind of the way this is made, you got to run your lines through that cap first and get that connected and just kind of let it float while you do the connections. Or you can push excess wire in so the caps out of the way, and on some of it, and then do your connections and pull your wire back the other way if you need to. Whatever makes it the easiest for you. But this is kind of what holds the piping in place and gives you that seal. Let me flip it over.
You know, I'm not a real electrician. I just stayed at Holiday Inn Express. I don't know if it really matters, but it's still gonna lock.
Yeah, it bites into the metal that way. Keeps it from backing off.
I'm not expecting a whole lot
of course, you know,
activity, but
most y'all are gonna hire an electrician at this point, you know, and get him to check back over any connections that you did on your own. So we'll bring y'all back once we have the two pipes connected. Alright, so we kind of showed you installing this one down here. This is your main power coming in. It's a 20 amp line. This is going to be your wire going back out to the head on the inside that's hanging on the wall. So the way they set this up, you've got two different clamps, one for each wire. This block works the same as the block on the head that I kind of got you some video on, but basically it's real simple. You can look right here, there's a number 1 on this, there's a number 2 or a neutral on that, yeah, 2, and then there's a number 3 on that one. You just line it up to 1, 2, and 3. So they made it kind of we'll say dummy proof. You don't have to think too hard. Your main line coming in, you know, neutral and load, I wouldn't label something that way, but whatever, you know, it serves the purpose. Hopefully y'all can see, because it's a little bit dark in there. So this is your main power all the way over right here somewhere. There we go. So that's your power coming in, and this is the 3 that go to the head, and that you're just matching the numbers like you can see. Put your grounds together over here so everything's grounded, and then the only thing left is to put the cap on and your electrical's done. So pretty simple on the electrical stuff, not nothing, you know, difficult or hard about it. Just takes a little bit of time, a little bit of patience, and the smaller your hands the better, because it's a little bit of a tight fit. Alright, so I should have you a decent angle here. So this is your valves. I already took the top one off. You can use a little adjustable wrench or whatever. Set it on here nice and snug, counterclockwise. You take that bottom one off, and here is the valves, and you've got to screw them all the way out. All right, hold on. There we go. I don't know if you could hear that on the camera, but it released. You hear a hissing sound. So that's because it's pre-charged. That's why you don't have to call the air conditioning guy to come over here and do a bunch of stuff. So we heard that when we hooked the lines up there and all that. So everything comes not charged. These probably have negative pressure in them, and this is the charged side holding everything. And this gets a little cool when you do that. That's normal. So that was the vapor side. So now we're going to open up the liquid side again. Some more hissing. Run that valve all the way out. Now, I say test it, make sure it works. And then you're going to go back and check your connections with warm soapy water and see if it's bubbling. If it's bubbling anywhere in here, you're going to want to just put a bunch of warm soapy water on there, or cold soapy water, whichever, and make sure that you don't have any type of Freon leak after you've tested the system and you know everything's working correctly. So, both of those were counterclockwise, so this is clockwise. Get them kind of snug. This cap here has got 3 different points like this. So all you have to do is set it in the holes. Press down. It's a matter of getting it in there correctly. And then putting your screw back in. And then all of that is protected from the sun. The lines up here are protected from the sun. So the only thing left to do at this point is go inside and cut it on. So let's see what happens. Alright, so we're going to see what happens. Definitely has power.
Cool.
Bring that one down.
I'm going up and down after I hit cool. Oh, I see it's right here.
I feel airflow.
Oh, yeah. Can't hear it though, can you?
So it's running.